Hi everyone, Kiyo's here, and today I'm going to show you one of my speed paintings. This is Albedo Portrait. First, I just do some sketches by using some reference. I want to capture the similar ambience, a kind of fleeting moment while he gets over to see us. After I got the image how I want the overall shape, I draw the line art. Sometimes I need to adjust the sketch proportion, but because the pose is not that hard, I do the line art directly. I'm not a methodical artist. Sometimes I like to color, even though my line art has not yet finished. It's kind of weird when I'm drawing digitally. I like to jumping around between steps like line art, color, back to sketch, color, line art. Compared to me drawing traditionally, when I make the sketch first and then the line art and then the color. Usually, I use watercolor, so the step is really important that you must finish one step before you're actually going for the next step. With digital art, I was kinda spoiled because you can always undo your strokes and you can have multiple layers in your paintings, so you can just paint whatever you want to work first and going back to them if you haven't finished it yet. Just like I'm drawing hair here, I go back and forth from sketching line art to coloring. I'm still thinking that I'm doing a bad job drawing how his hair fluttering. To be honest, I'm almost thinking to redo everything all over again, but I keep going to stick with the line I've drawn on the canvas, and I made it in the end. I really like drawing hair the most out of everything. Maybe that's why I like drawing portraits the most, since you can always put more detail effort into the hair. Actually this is my first attempt to finish a painting in Procreate, so I'm fairly new to the feature. As you can see how I actually put the reference drawing on layers behind. Yeah. Procreate actually have a feature where you can import a photo for you to take a look for your reference, so yeah, I'm here just being a noob. And to my surprise, I really like how all the brushes provide from Procreate. I don't think I really need to import any random brush like I do in Photoshop and Pencil-C. All the brushes I use in this painting, you can find it already in Procreate. Also, I did make some adjustments like brush streamline and shape setting. You can see the brush I've used from the picture attached as I paint. If you're wondering who is the character I've drawn here, he is Albedo, an alchemist from Night of the Venus in Mondstadt. He is one of the characters from the game called Genshin Impact. It was a really fun game, but to be honest, I don't really want to recommend it because I've become addicted playing the game every single day. At least I just spend 30 minutes every day on this game or more. But that aside, this game is really fun where you can explore things, get to know every characters and the story of the world called Tivat. If you're curious, also will give you the link below. This is not advertisement by the way, this is purely recommendation for me, or at least I try to warn you. Albedo is one of my favorite characters because I can relate to his personality, how he perceives world and how he always seems to have philosophical questions. The way he approaches things like birthday, human relationships.
Relationships are quite troublesome. Once you establish a relation with someone, you must continue to maintain it. If you lose contact, you must re-establish the relation. This taxing cycle requires a lot of time.
His hobbies.
The activity I spend most of my time on is probably sketching. Indeed, it is a very good way to relax.
And even troubles.
There's just never enough time, is there? Even when I remove the most troublesome matters from my schedule, I still can't find enough time for everything.
He reminds me of myself, but he is very collected and calm. He doesn't seem to have another part of me that full of anxiety and depressed personally at all. However, it's kinda sad. Maybe you as a new player can experience his two requests that was only available from limited time event. which already passed, and his banner is already ended. I'm sorry if you won't be able to see any technique to draw from this video because, to be honest, I don't really have any technique. I start to pick up drawing again before completely not doing any drawing for, I don't know, 4 years already now. Drawing used to be one of my oases of serenity amidst a busy day studying, but I start to feel burnout drawing and conflicted if drawing really allowed for me. I don't really want to talk about why because I feel I'm gonna be best a lot if I do. So yeah, I actually playing Genshin Impact has made me feel creative again and also made me want to start drawing again. If you have any tips for me to improve, I'm very open to critique and advice, and maybe I'll adjust to what I can do about it. If I were about to share my struggle, the only thing that I've been stuck since forever is color. You know how every artist seems to have their own ways of colors or choice of colors in their paintings. So if you see someone's artwork, you can identify instantly with the artist. But for me, I'm still very struggling to find my color. How do I color the shadow, the highlights, and can I make the overall atmosphere of the artwork remind people of me as the artist? I always do reference my color from official art or any references. Nowadays, I see a lot of potential and younger artists who is already pro. They might have a little bit imbalance in their anatomy or perspective, but the choice of color is top-notch. It just means that they naturally pick the color themselves as an instinct. I'm jealous. Maybe I need to learn, like formally learn from a book or something to improve colors and light. Because all this time, to be honest, I just draw from my observations and practice my drawing and painting as I saw the picture. I don't do detailed analysis or examine more to figuring out things, work from an artwork. My coloring technique is very basic. Apply base color, add some shadow and multiply. Make color transitions from your highlight to shadow with pinkish color. And if I'm a little bit extra, I add some colorful highlight around it here. Seems basic, but I still took a lot of time when I'm painting them. Yeah. And if I were about to kind of like had too much free time, I usually not using multiple layers, but instead pick my own every shadow from each color, which just took a little bit more time to finish. Oh, and another problem that I had is I think every coloring style is so beautiful that I can pick one. There is someone who like to color with soft colors, there is someone who like to use on warm like more, or someone who prefer to do detail, and someone who like to paint without line art, and I just can pick one to learn for myself. I want to try every style that seems so cool and cute. I still doesn't know what kind of style that I want to be identified yet, because every style is so cool and amazing. From my observations, I tend to color to use more saturated color or bright color, which is I don't really like the end result sometimes because it appears so basic without any pop-up colors. Yeah, maybe I need to learn about color theory in the first place before I decided which style I'd like to have. Thank you for hearing out my stories and watching it until the end of the video. Yeah, thank you for watching. See you on the next video.